I said I love him. I love having his support. You know what I'm saying? His support is like very, very different from what I've had in the past, and how he speaks to me and stuff is very different. There you go. We deserve each other.
Is Claressa Shields secretly watching Remy Ma's every move? That's the question lighting up social media after a series of perfectly timed Instagram posts sparked fresh speculation. It all kicked off when Claressa publicly spoiled her sister with a luxury shopping spree, then shared glamorous photos while hinting she had sent revealing pictures to Papoose, fueling rumors about their relationship. Hours later, Remy Ma posted a polished Balenciaga photo shoot with cryptic emojis and a carefully chosen song. Just 1 hour after that, Claressa fired back with another staged photo shoot, using similar chocolate-themed emojis, a doll reference, and luxury props that many believe mirrored Remy's post. Fans now think the timing is too precise to be random, with some even suspecting Claressa is monitoring Remy's page through a burner account. Coincidence or a silent social media war that's only getting hotter?
It'll be 2 years next year in September. We at the end of the year. Some of this stuff is just so old. You know, it's so old to talk about, to bring up, to keep harping on it. It's like they're separated. She got somebody too. Like, don't act like it's just over here. Like, she's happy, we're happy, and that's it. Like, I don't know what
Is it cordial though? Is it cordial or you just...
It was corny. It's always corny to do social media shit. You know what I'm saying? Who wants that? Who wants to be a part of the circus? So I just felt like it was corny.
The reactions tell a lot too. When Remy posted, she didn't even get a cosign from the Shade Room or Neighborhood Talk. Yet, she pulled in about 20,000 likes and nearly 300,000 views at the time of recording. That kind of engagement without major reposts speaks volumes on its own. And that's where it starts to get even more interesting and a little questionable. Claressa Shields posts just an hour later and boom, her content hits the Shade Room as well. But even with that extra exposure, she only gains about 2,000 more likes than Remy Ma, which is surprising given the big push. Meanwhile, Claressa and Papoose keep bringing up bots, fake likes, sponsored YouTubers and bloggers, but honestly, that energy feels a little too pointed. It starts to come across as projection because what they're saying doesn't quite match what's happening in real time. The extra hype for clicks, views, and attention is obvious. Meanwhile, Remy Ma moves effortlessly without needing any boosts from bloggers or YouTubers. She posts on Instagram and still gets strong engagement on her own. No extra help required. That contrast is hard to ignore. Things got awkward in the comments too. Under Claressa's post, there was a questionable comment allegedly from Papoose, but some people thought Claressa might have written it herself. The timing looked suspicious, especially since Papoose hadn't been active on Instagram around that time. It gets even messier. About 5 hours before I started recording, someone on Papoose's account allegedly commented, "I love those pictures, baby." Claressa replied almost immediately, "Of course, you love my pics the most. You got the special ones earlier," adding a blushing emoji and a heart emoji. She then followed with, "Love you," and a kiss emoji. The public display felt over the top. Nobody needed all those extra personal details. This pattern gives off a vibe of pressure, showing off and trying too hard to convince the audience that everything is solid and locked in. The more it's presented this way, the more it seems like Claressa is putting in all the effort to prove a point. Now, the comment section is where things really heat up. Scroll through the Shade Room post about Claressa and you'll see exactly what I mean. Tons of regular people, not just bloggers, are chiming in, men and women alike, sharing similar opinions and getting major engagement. That's important because it shows the overall audience sentiment. Most people aren't feeling the way this is being presented. For example, one comment said, "Papoose has been around a fashion killer all these years. I know he hates how she dresses," with laughing emojis setting the tone. Another simply said, "I love those pictures, baby." The comments alone highlight just how closely people are watching and reacting to everything going on. Somebody added skeleton emojis. And another person replied, "Rem, we need to talk." The slow side eye emoji from him had people viewing him in a totally new light. And it didn't stop there. Someone else commented, "You tricked us into thinking he was really that guy," which sparked discussions about how many felt missold, especially after that Vlad TV interview. The sentiment quickly shifted, and now he's being called out for coming off more like a hater than anything else. Claressa started catching heat as well. One comment bluntly said, "She's looking desperate," while another added, "We know who you're with. You don't have to remind us every time." That resonated because the audience is clearly tired of constant proving. Another comment read, "That reply was weird. Nobody asked for all those details and many agreed." People were questioning why so much personal information was being shared publicly. Another person chimed in, "I'm not even a hater, but this really looks." The internet has officially picked a side, or at least it's asking some very uncomfortable questions. What started as social media shade has exploded into a full-blown debate, with Claressa Shields facing growing criticism over how she's handling the drama surrounding Remy Ma and Papoose. As more posts surfaced, the comment sections became impossible to ignore. Many viewers argued that Claressa's public responses felt rehearsed rather than genuine, with some saying it looked like she was constantly trying to prove something instead of simply living her relationship. Others joked that every time Remy Ma uploads a new post, Claressa seems to appear online almost immediately with content of her own. The short gap between their uploads only fueled those suspicions, leading many fans to wonder if the timing was really just a coincidence. Some people believed a simple "thank you" would have been enough instead of turning private affection into public entertainment. Others questioned why revealing personal details like allegedly sending intimate photos to Papoose needed to be shared with the internet at all. The oversharing became one of the biggest talking points, with countless comments joking that the audience had somehow been dragged into a private group chat they never asked to join. The criticism kept snowballing. Several viewers claimed the interactions looked awkward, while others speculated that the online exchanges felt almost self-directed rather than natural. A few even predicted that years from now, Claressa might regret documenting so much of this chapter of her life so publicly. Whether those opinions are fair or not, they reflected a growing sense of fatigue among people watching the situation unfold. Instead of focusing only on the social media back and forth, many started asking bigger questions. What's actually happening behind the scenes? Is the divorce between Papoose and Remy Ma officially finalized? Have legal proceedings reached the finish line, or is everything still unresolved? Those details matter because as long as the marriage remains legally uncertain, every new romantic headline creates even more confusion. That uncertainty also sparked another conversation. Many questioned why deeply personal messages and romantic exchanges would be happening so publicly if legal ties to a previous marriage were still being discussed. Rather than bringing clarity, every new upload seemed to raise even more questions, leaving followers trying to separate facts from speculation. To many observers, the relationship has begun to look less like a private romance and more like an ongoing public campaign. Every luxury gift, every carefully staged photo, every caption, and every matching emoji is analyzed as though it's part of a larger competition. Instead of convincing everyone that the relationship is rock solid, critics argue that the constant need to showcase it may actually be creating the opposite impression. Then there's another mystery fans haven't stopped talking about. A rumored joint birthday celebration with a 1970s theme was expected around late March, but according to online speculation, the event came and went without the photos, videos, or updates many expected. That's particularly noticeable because Claressa is known for regularly documenting her daily life across social media. The sudden silence stood out to followers who are used to seeing nearly everything shared online. Even more noticeable, according to fans, was the apparent lack of recent public appearances involving Papoose. Normally, supporters say, whenever they're together it's made obvious through posts or stories. This time, there were no clear glimpses, no public confirmations, and no obvious signs, leading some to question whether everything was as picture-perfect as it appeared. Even smaller details became debate topics. Followers argued over outfit changes, styling choices, and claims that multiple looks were worn in a single day, with critics dismissing the differences as little more than a shoe swap being exaggerated into major fashion moments. To them, it was another example of ordinary moments being turned into headline-worthy events. At this point, the conversation has grown far beyond Instagram captions or photo shoots. It's become a debate about authenticity, image, and whether constant public validation strengthens a relationship or exposes the cracks people are trying hardest to hide. In the end, social media can shape a narrative, but it can't decide the truth behind closed doors, and that's the one story nobody online can fully see. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share so more people can join the conversation.